Hi friends, today we are going to discuss the topic R square and adjacent R square. So before going to this topic, first we have to go to the previous lecture. We already discussed about the backward elimination method. In backward elimination method, if you see the results, so this is the our previous lecture video results. So in this results, this is the terminal, this is the topics we are going to discuss today topic. So this is the what is the difference between R square and what is the adjacent R square. So this is the our topic. So if you go to the R square, so what is the mean by R square? So what is the mean by R square means here R square is also known as the coefficient determination. R square is also known as the coefficient determination. It defines the proportion of the variance in the dependent variable y. Dependent variable is nothing but the y I that can be explained by the independent variables x. So it gives the measurement of how well unchanged samples are likely to be predicted by the model through the proportion of the explained variance. So if you see the regress R squared formula, so R squared formula can be defined as the R square can be calculated by the dividing the sum of the squares of the residuals, means R square formula is equal to 1 minus SSRES divided by SSTOT, means total. So what is the mean by SSRES? So SSRES nothing but this formula can be written as the 1 minus sigma I is equal to 1 to n yi minus y hat whole square and divided by sigma I is equal to 1 to n yi minus y bar whole square. So this is the formula of the R square. So R square can be calculated as dividing the sum of the squares of the residuals, means SSRES, from the model name regression model by the total sum of the squares of the errors, nothing but the SS total. Then this value can be subtracted from the 1. This is nothing but the R square value. So if you see the R square value, so if you see the R square, so formula is nothing but the R square is equal to 1 minus sigma I is equal to 1 to n yi minus yi hat whole square divided by sigma I is equal to 1 to n yi minus y bar whole square. So this is the formula of the R square. So in this formula, so how the R square can be calculated? So R square means, suppose this is our independent variable x, this is our dependent variable y. So the data points can be scattered like this. So the data points can be scattered. So if you take the best fit line, so this is our best fit line. So the points on the best fit line is nothing but the, so the points on the best fit line. So what is the best fit line? So this red line is the best fit line. So the points on the best fit line is nothing but the predicted values. So predicted values can be defined by the symbol y hat, and the points outside the best fit line, so these are the blue stars. The points outside the best fit line nothing but the actual values. So actual values can be defined by the simply yi. So means that there is a difference between, so there is a difference between y and y hat. If you see, this is the, so this is the difference, this is nothing but the error. This error is also called the residual. So residual means that, so that's why we used to call the SSRES or SS error. So means residuals. So sum of the residuals. So sum of the residuals means it can be defined by sigma is equal to 1 to n yi minus y hat. So this is nothing but the error. So what is the error here? So this point is nothing but the yi and this point is nothing but the yi hat. So the difference is nothing but the error. So this is the nothing but the error. So errors can be basically three types. What is the error? Mean absolute error, mean square error and root mean square error. Mean square error 1, mean square error 2, mean root mean square error. So if formula is equal to mean square error, formula is equal to 1 by n sigma is equal to 1 to n yi minus yi hat. This is the mean absolute error. So mean square error 1 by n sigma is equal to 1 to n yi minus y bar y hat whole square. So root mean square error means root of 1 by n sigma is equal to 1 to n yi minus y hat whole square. So this is the root mean square error. Root mean square error. So here r square range. So what is the r square range? So r square range from 0 to 1 or 0 to 100%. So this is the range of r square value. So formula of the r square is 1 minus SSRES by SSTOT, means 1 minus sigma is equal to 1 to n yi minus y hat whole square divided by the sigma is equal to 1 to n yi minus y bar whole square. So this is the nothing but. So if you see the, so here SSRES is sum of the residuals. Sum of the residuals means sum of the errors. Sum of the errors means that there is a the difference between the actual points and predicted points. Suppose if you take the SS total. So SS total means, suppose this is the x, this is the y. So the points are be scattered. So instead of the best fit line, we can take the another best fit line is nothing but the, so this is the line is called the average output line. So average output lines. So the points on the average output line is nothing but the predicted average points. Predicted average points. So this is the points is nothing but the average predicted points. So the points outside the average output line is nothing but the actual points. This is the actual points, nothing but the yi. So to find the difference, between predicted average points. So this is the predicted average points and the actual points. Actual points is nothing but the outside of the average output line. So we have to find the error. So next, so this is nothing but the, so here y total. So y total can be calculated the sigma is equal to 1 to n yi minus y bar whole square. So y bar is nothing but the average. So that is nothing but the SST, sum of the total. If r square value near to 1, then the line is best fit line. Suppose I am asking the question. What is the question means, is r square is less than 0, is it possible? the r square value will be less than 0. Is it possible? This is my question. Possible or not? Yes, it is possible. When it will be possible? When our best fit line is worst than the average best fit line, at that point of time r square value will be less than 0. So less than 0 means r square value will be negative. So means that suppose this is the our best fit line. So the best fit line is worse than this line. What is this line? This is average output line. So our best fit line is worse than the average output line. At that time only the r square value will be negative. If r square value will be negative, if suppose if SSRES greater than SS total. So our formula is r square is equal to 1 minus SSRES by SS total. So this value is greater than this value. So means that the value of SSRES by SS total. So this value will be greater than 1, which means that r square is equal to 1 minus. So the value is greater than 1, which means that this is the big value. So this big value. So means that SSRES by SST value will be big value. So 1 minus big value, what will happen? So 1 minus big value. So big value means more than 1. Big value means greater than 1. So what will happen? It will get the negative value. So negative value, which means that r square value will be negative. So if r square is less than 0 means our model is bad model. If our r square will be 1, so our r square will be greater than the 0 and less than 1, then it will be the best model. Our model will be best model. So r square is basically used for r square is basically used for to check the goodness of the model, to check the goodness of the best fit line, So this is the main purpose of the r square. So there is a one drawback is there in the r square. So there is one limitation. What is the limitation? So if one limitation of the r square, so if the increase the adding the independent variables, so increasing the adding the independent variables means suppose our model linear regression model y is equal to mx plus b. So suppose there is a single input feature, then it is nothing but the simple linear regression. So y is equal to mx plus b. There is only one independent variable and m is the parameters, m and b are parameters. So if we increase, if it is a multiple linear regression, so y is equal to m1 x1 plus m2 x2 plus b. So means the number of independent variables are increasing. It is nothing but the multiple linear regression. So what is the limitation of the r square? So the limitation of the r square is nothing but the, if we increasing when adding the independent variables means x1 x2 x, if we adding more independent variables to the simple linear regression, so the model adding the independent variables to the model, so what happened? It may be misleading means that, so some of the adding variables, So this x2 is the another variable. Suppose I am adding another variable x3. So x2 and x3, these are the variables. These variables may be inefficient. Inefficient means not useful. Not useful. So with the minimum significance value. So at that moment of time, what happened? So what happened? So it leads to the misleading the model. Means even if you are adding the more independent variables which are not useful, which are not most significant on the dependent variable, so the model will be misleading. So this is the drawback of the R square. Suppose I am taking one example. What is the example? I am taking the one employee table. Employee table, there is only two features, only two variables, that is nothing but the experience and salary. This is the independent variable x, this is the dependent variable y. So based on experience, so experience 1 year, salary is 1000, years of experience 2, this is 1500, like that. So here y is equal to mx plus p. So based on this data, I can make the model. The model given the result R square value is about to 80%. About to 80%. So our model is best fit line. This is the salary. Sorry, this is the experience, and this is the salary. So this is the data points. This is the best fit line. Suppose I can add one more feature. So one more feature means I added experience, and this is the age. This is the age, and this is the salary. So this is the x1, this is the x2, and this is the y. So now our model is y equal to m1 x1 plus m2 x2 plus b. So this is x2 is nothing but the age. Means if we add the one more feature, that is nothing but the age, but which is not relevant to the predict the target variable salary. So salary is always depends on experience only, experience feature, but not based on age. So as well, actually in employee table, salary will be decided based on only experience. Based on experience only, salary will be decided, not based on age. Not based on age. But here there are the two features, x1 and x2. So if in your data set, if you are adding the independent variables to the model, what happen? So actually when you are adding the before for this is the R square value for this table. If you are adding the age, one more independent variable to the data set, your R square will be maybe 90. So means R square value will be increasing. So whenever you add the multiple independent variables, what happen? It R square will be increasing. Okay, good. But so if we adding independent variables, is they relevant or not relevant? Which means the independent variables will be correlate to the target variable or not. So this is the limitation of the R square. To overcome the limitation of the R square, we can get the new parameter, that is nothing but the adjacent R square. So this is the second one. So what is the adjacent R square? So adjacent R square is nothing but it is the modified version of R square. Means the adjacent R square formula 1 minus R square n minus 1 divided by n minus p minus 1. So in this equation, R square term is nothing but the sample R square. And what is the p? What is the p? The p is nothing but the number of predictors. So number of predictors is nothing but the number of independent variables. So what is the n? N is nothing but the total sample size of the data. Total sample size of data. Total sample size of data means here independent variable x and dependent variable y. So both will be there in this adjacent R square. So what is the adjacent R square purpose in this here? Here if the independent variable, here p is nothing but the independent variable. So if the independent variable, if the number of independent variables means if you are adding the independent variables to the data set like age feature, so these are correlate to the target variable, then adjacent R square will be increasing, which means that if you, this is your data, so in this data there is a experience, this is the salary, this is the experience, or this is the age, this is the salary. So in this data there is the x1, x2, this is the y. So before our data set is only x and y, means this is the experience, this is the salary. So before there is only one x and one target variable. So here in this table I adding the one more independent variable, that is nothing but the x2. x2 is nothing but the x1 is equal to experience, x2 is nothing but the age. So if we adding the one more feature on the data set, this feature is also be relevant. So this feature is not relevant on the target variable. So this feature is not relevant on the target variable, then adjacent R square will be decreasing. Adjacent R square will be decreasing. Suppose if we adding the most relevant independent variable to the data set, then on the means that the adding new independent variable which is correlated to the target variable, so at that time the adjacent R square will be increasing. So don't be confused, I will explain again. If p means number of independent variables, number of independent variables is correlated with target variable, then our adjacent R square will be increasing. If the number of independent variables p is not correlated, with target variable, so then at that time, so adjacent R square will be decreasing. So this is the difference. So when it will be adjacent R square will be increasing, and when it will be adjacent R square will be decreasing. If p is nothing but the number of independent variables. So if we adding more number of independent variables to the data set, so the newly added independent variables are correlated. Correlated means this is the most significant or most useful variable then on the target variable, then adjacent R square will be increasing. If we added new independent variable which is not useful, which is not correlated on the target variable, then adjacent R square will be decreasing. Which means that adjacent R square is always less than the R square. Adjacent R square value is always less than the R square value. So this is the thing. So what is the main difference between R square and adjacent R square? What is the main difference? Main difference is nothing but the one point. Every time you can add the independent variable. Every time you add independent variables, if you add every time independent variables to the model, so R square will be always increasing, even if the added these independent variables not significant means not useful or not correlated with target variable. even if the added independent variables are not correlated with the target variables, then R square will be also be increasing. But in adjacent R square ratio is different. Only the independent variables. So adjacent R square will be added increasing when the added independent variables is significant. Significant means more significant or more useful or correlated with target variable. So at that time, so whenever you can add the independent variables x2, x3, x4, the whatever independent variables you suppose you can add, at that time, so independent variables will be correlated on the target variable. At that time only the adjacent R square will be increasing. If whenever you can add the independent variables that are not correlated with the target variable, at that time only this adjacent R square will be decrease. So this is the adjacent R square. So I am asking you one question: why R square is increasing? Why R square is increasing? Means whenever you can add the more independent variables means x1, x2, x3 like that. Whenever you can add the more independent variables to the data or model, it tries to apply some coefficient values, nothing but the m1, m2, m3 like that in the equation y is equal to mx plus b. So if you add the, suppose our equation is y is equal to mx plus b, only one independent variable. If we add one more feature m1 x1 plus m2 x2 plus b, if you add one more feature x2, so then our model, linear regression model, will try to add this some value to the m2 value. So then what happened? Then SSRES value is decreasing. So whenever SSRES value will be decreasing, the value of SSRES by SS total will also be decreasing. So means that our R square formula is equal to 1 minus SSRES by SS total. Whenever this value will be decreasing, what happened? It will be minimum value. So whatever the you got 1 minus minimum value is nothing but the it get be increase the R square value. So R square value will be increasing whenever if we add the independent variables x1, x2, x3, then our linear regression model will assign some values to m2. At that time the sum of the residuals will be decreasing. So whenever this SSRES will be decreasing, the value of the SSRES by SS total will also be decreasing. So 1 minus this minimum value, so 1 minus minimum value is nothing but the automatically the R square will be increasing. So this is the main difference between R square and adjacent R square. If you like the video, you can give the comment. If you have any doubts, you can also make the comment section. Thank you.